Swolelax shocked the entire Elestrals community last week when he beat last season's champion, Distant Coder. And now he looks to use the power of Thunder to strike down MarioGamingWorld and his Earth aggro deck. Can Mario bounce back and add some sweet new cards to his arsenal? Everything changes this week in the Elestriad as casters are able to open up 12 total packs from either base set or Frostfall and add those cards to their card pool. Mario starts this party with the biggest hit he could find, a Viserys. Check out this reaction.
Let's go. Oh, the Viserys dream is alive. Okay. All right, we're gaming. We are officially gaming. We have a chance.
Viserys is a key card for every Earth deck, so he's jazzed up. Swolelax lands a Bronzaglow, and he's pretty pumped up, but check out this next hit.
Cryoburn. Lavalith! Huge! Huge! That's huge. That's so good. That's so big. He's huge.
Lavalith is a huge card for the Imperawatts as one of the strongest fire attackers in the game. Swolelax then pulls some Race to the Tops and Frostix and gets access to his box topper Voltempest, one of the most powerful Elestrals in the Thunder element. With these new Elestrals at their side, every caster had a chance to trade with their teammates. Swolelax picks up some Gorgon's Gaze and another Voltempest, while Mario acquires a third Viserys, Elechick, and Shield of Achilles to perfect his Earth deck. Taking a look at the decks for this week, Mario is bringing a really strong Earth Beaters deck, now stacked with 3 Viserys and a reliable back row of counter runes. Equilinx is a card to watch, with Elechick helping find the goddess Demeter. Swolelax is queuing up his Thunder Nexus strategy with a splash of Sorlet and the Circle the Sky tech we've been seeing from the Imperawatts. This deck is all about generating card advantage and relies heavily on the Divine Rune Zeus. Will Mario's Equilinx rampage against Swolax's back row of counter runes, or will the power of Sparkit and Toxion keep them at bay? Let's dive in. All right, it looks like Mario is going first in this one and gonna start off with a mulligan. You never like to see that. He can pay 2 spirits, expend 2 Turretless, and get a new hand. Gonna start off with Tectorus this time around. Probably not the optimal opening if you're Mario here. Tectorus is a great Elestral to have in your hand, but it's generally not something you want to put out on the field this early while you don't have your setup, right? You don't have your Demeter yet. You really don't have a whole lot going on, but Swolelax gonna respond with Nectar of the Gods, drawing 2 cards from the top of his deck, adding some awesome tools to his arsenal here as he's gonna throw down a Thunder Spirit, looking to provide that combo of course, Zeus and Sparkit. Gonna start with Astravid here, though, in attack position, which I find pretty interesting. I wonder why he'd go that route. That tells me he might have some sort of an Earthquake or some sort of an answer to get rid of Tectorus. That's gonna allow him to attack forward here, and that's indeed what we're gonna see here. Earthquake on turn 1 from Swolelax's side, shattering the Earth, ironically taking down Tectorus, the Elestral featured in the Earthquake art. That explains the attack position Astravid, as it's able to get a chip Spirit of damage here against MarioGamingWorld and his Earth deck on the Cryo Scorches. He's going to be drawing for his turn now, looking for a response to an attack position Astravid. Important to note, Swolax's 1 back row. Chances are that's going to be a Tsunami, a Shield of Achilles, maybe a Poison-Tipped Arrow. We don't see the PTA here. Demeter comes down. This is exactly what Mario's looking to execute in this game. Utilize Demeter as his Divine Rune, pair that with Equilinx, clear that back row, and open the floodgates for Viserys in the mid-game. Here comes that Nexus move. It's a Shield of Achilles, a massive blow against Swolelax, as he's gonna lose one of his most reliable counter rune answers to Mario's offensive Earth onslaught, as Equilinx pounces down that Astravid and gonna shred an extra Spirit of damage from Swolax's Spirit deck. I bet you Swolax is wishing he saved that Earthquake. Here comes an Elechick. Exactly what he needs to respond. Does Mario have a Gorgon's Gaze? Doesn't look like it. That Elechick's effect is gonna go through, and Swolax gets his Zeus after all. By being able to utilize Zeus here, he can drop the attack of Equilinx. Does he have another Earthquake? No shot. A second Earthquake is going to deal the blow to Equilinx, as there's no response here from Mario, and that's gonna take out one of his most important Elestrals, as Elechick will jump forward and take 1 spirit from Mario. If you're Mario, you have one real good thing going for you. There is no back row on Swolax's end. A Viserys could pop off right now, reaching for an Earth Spirit, having to expend to draw. Left with no Elestrals to play and simply setting another back row, seemingly having a plentiful arsenal of counter runes, but not quite the answers he needs on the offensive front, and that's going to allow Swolelax to start to generate more card advantage with his Thunder Nexus deck. This Astrabbit, again, able to look at the top 3. A Gorgon's Gaze comes out now. That is going to that's going to stop the effect of Astrabbit here and also prevent it from attacking. So while it is a 2-cost play on Mario's side, it ultimately ends up only being a 1-cost essentially, because you're going to take the hit from the rabbit anyway. So you might as well try to slow down some of the card advantage that Swolelax is generating. Mario really needs an Elestral here. Does he find it? Ambrosia, that's going to hold him in the game a little bit longer, as he can now regenerate 3 spirits from his spirit deck and get things going there. But the question is, does he have anything to cast? He does. It's a Viscerus, but now he's facing down a back row. It looks like he found this just 1 turn too late. It would have been incredible last turn. Is that back row going to be impactful? It's not. Exactly what Mario needs. Viscerus takes down the Astrabbit. A second Viscerus, the stained glass one from Shattered Stars, hits the field in defense position. That's an easy target for Elechick, but don't forget that Mario has 1 back row face down. And the Demeter, what is it going to be? A Thunder Spirit into Toxion. That is going to force Mario to expend 1 spirit from his spirit deck. The damage from Toxion does rack up, and it's going to rack up even further because the Poison Tipped Arrow is going to come off and shoot down that Toxion, dropping its attack to 2, meaning that it's not going to be able to attack over the Viscerus, forcing Swolelax to have to utilize his Zeus in this round to be able to deal with the Viscerus on the field. But unfortunately for Mario, by losing his back row, he has no more back row. That does mean that Swolelax should be able to attack over everything it needs to. And a Circle the Sky, big blaze from Swolelax, continuing to generate card advantage. And he's able to force another spirit of damage to Mario. Mario forced to expend another spirit from Toxion's effect. Huge value out of this. Now he can do the disenchant from Zeus. He can drop the attack position. Viscerus's attack, that's going to bring him down. Now you can utilize the Elechick to take out the first Viscerus, and then you can utilize your Toxion to attack the other Viscerus. But Swolelax is running double Zeus. It's not even going to matter. We saw double Zeus last week in the Elestriad. We're seeing it again here, and he's going to just continue to drop the stats of Mario's Elestrals. His strongest Elestral Viscerus gets shredded, gets taken out, takes some spirit damage. Elechick deals the blow to the defense position Viscerus. And now with just 2 spirits to go on Mario's end, trying to figure out, he's got to expend those spirits for Poison Tipped Arrow. Trying to figure out how he comes back against an Elechick. He does have spirits on Demeter. He's going to have to expend to draw. Oh, a terrible closeout to this one, as he's not able to find an Elestral, and that's going to be game. Swolelax takes it with a dominant performance behind Thunder Nexus. That was a close one, man. The double Earthquake from Swolelax in the early clash. Mario climbing back, looking through his deck to try to find an Elestral, gets the Viscerus, puts on the pressure, but just doesn't have enough because of double Zeus and Circle the Sky plays from Swolelax. Stay tuned for the next clash tomorrow. Wow.